You've probably heard this advice more than 1,000 times. Your network is your net worth. And it sounds clever, it sounds smart. It's, common business advice. But it's also the reason people stay stuck. And so I want to talk about why it's not necessarily about your network being your net worth. It actually could be a bad idea to focus on that. So let me explain. So the first thing I want to say is being in the room isn't really enough. You can be invited to the high flyers meeting where all the top CEOs, all the top business people are, and you can be around those right people. But proximity doesn't necessarily equal power. If you're not bringing anything to the table, why are you there? So leveraging that network doesn't really work if you've got nothing to offer. So you need to build something that's worth bringing. So instead of thinking about this like, oh, if I'm just in the room, everything will come together. Actually, you need to think about who's the person I need to be in that room? What value do I need to deliver when I'm in that room? And really understand that so that you can exploit when you are in those right rooms around those right people. Number two, more connections doesn't necessarily equal more opportunities. I've met people and talked to people on LinkedIn and they've got 30,000 followers or 50,000 followers, but they're still broke. They're still not making any money. And having lots of people around you doesn't necessarily equal success. It's much easier to get results if you can actually leverage the people you know and the people who know you. And if you've got a network, a following, an audience, a black book, a contact list, but they're not buying, they're not engaging, they're not referring you, no amount of more will fix that. It's actually better to have a handful of people who will refer you, buy from you, share, engage with you, than actually going for more without any depth. It's like collecting 10,000 phone numbers, but actually nobody knows you on the other end. Number three, visibility doesn't equal trust. We think that more followers, more engagement, more virality, more people knowing our name will make a difference. But actually it's about people deeply connecting with us, deeply trusting us, people seeing that we can make a difference for them. And so again, this whole piece of how big your network is, or that the power of your network will unlock everything, is just a myth. Instead, what you need to think about is how are you building solid proof that you are the go-to person? How are you building that authority that you're the best person for that job or that project or that client? So visibility alone does not bring you any benefit unless you can turn that visibility into revenue or opportunity. Another way your network isn't your net worth is when we think that attention will actually get us somewhere. I could put you in front of 500 CEOs on a stage right now and say, you've got a shot to talk to them. But what are you going to say? What are you going to add value? What are you going to do to get them to take that next step? And will they trust you if they've just seen you and never heard of you before? But likewise, there's another way that attention can hurt you. The pursuit of attention at all costs. And I see this every day on social media. People post what works rather than what they feel is right. And so you will see people saying, this post did well. Did it really? Did it really do well? Sure, it got you engagement. Sure, it got you followers. Sure, it got you likes and comments. And if that's all you care about, fine. But is it helping you build the trust that unlocks the opportunities? So attention at all costs can actually take you down the wrong path because you start creating for approval. You start creating for reach rather than resonance. And I see this all the time. People will go on LinkedIn and they'll post stuff that is nothing to do with what they offer, but they know it performs. Classic one of this is people talk about toxic workplaces on LinkedIn. They sell marketing services, they sell all sorts of stuff, but they will happily talk about toxic workplaces. Why? Because it gets them attention. Does it help people buy from them? Does it help build their authority in a topic or subject matter area? No, really doesn't. Unless you're helping toxic workplaces, talking about toxic workplaces is just an attention grab on a trending topic. Number 5, the right person myth. So this is the concept where we think that if we just meet the right people, that one person, it will unlock everything for us. And this is dangerous because what it does is it puts your success in the hands of somebody else, that you're waiting for the right person to come along and everything changes. Justin Bieber, I know he's been around for a long time now, but when he started out, he was posting on YouTube and he posted more than like 150 videos before he was discovered. You have to be doing the right things consistently for when you're discovered. But he was already doing the right stuff when somebody found him. So the success didn't come from one person finding him. The success came from him doing the right stuff. And so we think about we're waiting for this moment, this person, this one secret strategy to come along and change everything. And the reality is most of your success is built in process, in doing the right stuff over and over and over and over again. So it creates this, what I call events mentality. You're waiting for a moment, a thing, a person to make everything different, to make everything change. And that's just wishing on a star. So there is no right person to come along. It's about you being in the right place and doing the right things, and the right stuff happens. That's how it really works. Number 6, you can't build deep at scale. There's a guy named Dunbar who did all the studies on this, and a human being can sustain at a maximum 150 meaningful relationships. That includes friends, family, colleagues, clients, all of that. 150 is a lot. You trying to go with as many people in your network, build your network so that you get more success, you will find it very, very difficult to sustain those relationships, and people will drop off and fall away. In reality, when you think about 150 people is a lot, but actually when you carve that up into your different aspects of life, that might be only 30 or 40 deep, meaningful business relationships you can sustain. And that's probably optimistic. So it's more important to go deep on relationships with the right people and think about who are those people. Otherwise, you'll struggle to keep up. And what will happen is you'll come across as opportunistic, or you'll come across as dropping people when they're no longer interested. And it's all coming from this quest to have a better and bigger network. So the goal is to matter to a few, to matter to the right people. So don't build for attention. Build for truth. Solve a real problem. Share real proof. Stay consistent long enough for that trust to really take root. You don't need to know powerful people. You don't need to chase them down and try and pander to people to hopefully that they will change your life and change your world. It starts with doing the work, building the foundations. The world's watching you and they want to see what you're made of. And that's how you build the crowd who want to invest in you. Not by going out chasing. It's about building your value. If you like this video and want more content about building a business that works for you, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to consume even more content, check out my socials, come find me, and let's have a discussion on the other platforms too.